Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Gurugram Professional Toastmasters meeting number 207. Let's begin this Sunday with a round of applause. As you know, this is a Toastmasters meeting, and as is the custom, as is the decorum, we require all of us to create that positive and supportive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in self confidence and personal growth. For that to be ensured, here are a few ground rules I urge all of us to adhere to. Number one, let's be responsible. It is not prohibited, but let's be responsible around speaking on topics such as sex, politics, religion, etc., etc., those which are called taboo or controversial topics. Secondly, we may have these noise making devices. They are kind of a distraction as well. So what if we put them on a bit of mute or airplane mode? Airplane may be too much, so maybe mute, so that when you are speaking, your own audio is not hampered because of this noise distraction. Thirdly, this is a virtual forum. We kind of follow a protocol here. So the one who is given the stage, they are only supposed to speak unless they pass on the control or invite someone else to chip in. So for that to be maintained, let us be mindful of our audio and video. Let's keep the video on, give our non-verbal gestures and supporting expressions. We can perhaps share something like this as well. Let's try all of us once. What kind of emoticons can you come up with? Let's try with that. I see a few of you doing that. Thank you. Let's keep maintaining it as much as possible so the speaker who is trying a funny, motivational, informational, or educational content, they get a kind of verbal response back, non-verbal response back. Thirdly, lastly, let us be mindful of the decorum in the sense that when someone is speaking, let's not put in something in public chat. It's a visual distraction in a way. So let us create that positive and supporting learning experience, which makes the Toastmasters 101-year-old and going on platform. This meeting today is sort of a special meeting because our role players, some of them, or even a few speakers, they are attempting their roles or speeches for the very first time. It's kind of a debut meeting for them for their particular roles. We require all of us to be on our best behavior. Of course, there are a few specific sections of the meeting where we will give and take feedback. But all of us who are joining us for the first time or after a long time, or perhaps first time as a visiting Toastmasters, let us be mindful to maintain the decorum in a live streaming platform. This meeting is being live streamed on YouTube. Any kind of unwanted behavior may prompt the tech master or the presiding officer to pause or put that person out of the meeting or put them in the waiting room. So there will not be any formal warning for that. It will be done swiftly to ensure the meeting goes smooth. Well, that being the bad news, keeping it aside, coming back to the happy news, today's meeting is all about, guess what's the theme today? Ripple effects. I recall a ripple effect when I met this gentleman before COVID during our physical meetings at Gurugram near MG Road metro station. He was a kind of shy person, finding the cornermost position in any room he found himself in. Well, that day, that gentleman accidentally came into the right room, perhaps in the wrong corner, but in the right room. He met a few of us. We spoke, we shared some experiences, we inquired his goal and purpose of coming here. And guess what? That person did not just become the president, VP education, and played all those roles, and mind I add, a stunning VP public relation. His posters have won awards all over. He went on to become area and division directors and did not just stop there. He climbed the ladder fast enough to be in the associate team of the District 41 today. And ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to invite our presiding officer for today, the VP Education of the club currently, but also the District 41 Training Manager joining us live from Bangalore, Toastmaster Nimit Mittal. Over to you, Nimit.
Wow, thank you, Anand, for that lovely introduction. Hello, yeah, this is Nimit, and I am really happy today. Why? Because, of course, for the introduction, but yes, indeed, such lovely glowing faces I see on my screen. Lovely, that is just giving me that energy. And let me talk about energy today. Yesterday was a nostalgic day for me. You know why? I took my kid to Nehru Planetarium. It was not only him as a kid being awed by all the planets and stars, it was me too. As a kid, when I used to go to Nehru Planetarium, watch all the astronomical shows there, just brought that kid into me, and we together was just going gaga about all the heavenly bodies. And that clicked me about physics, that clicked something in me about energy, and that clicks something in me about today's theme. Let me take you to the science physics class of our schools. You remember the Newton's law of motion? Anyone does? Let me take that law and recite it here. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It can only transform from one phase to another. That's something Newton said in physics. Very scientific kind of a statement. But you know what? If we dissect this statement, if we see this very carefully, it is nothing but us and everything around us. It is our life in totality. We are energy. We breathe, our heartbeat, we make any sound, we do any movement. That's nothing but energy. And we already have that energy. We're not creating it. But it's just that we are moving that energy, transforming that energy into something which is more productive or counterproductive. Ladies and gentlemen, when we have so much of energy, when we have so much of potential energy, how about creating some ripples in not only our lives, but in lives of the other? How can we bring that energy? How can we transform our energy into energy around us for the better? Let us dive into this topic, the ripple effect. But before that, let me also acknowledge the presence of dignitaries and guests present in this room. First up, we have distinguished Toastmaster, double distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder Singh joining all the way from Canada. Hello, Rupinder. Thank you so much. And those who don't know him, he is the world champion of public speaking semi-finalist in the year 2018-19. And we are so fortunate to have been mentored by him. In his tutelage, we have all grown, and this club itself is a product of his ideation. So thank you, Rupinder, and for joining this club and sharing your insights with us. Then we have the guests from fellow other clubs like Prapurna and Deepak. Thank you for joining us, and I hope you have a great time with us today. And we also acknowledge the fact that you are supporting us by taking a couple of roles. Prapurna, you are one of the evaluator and grammarian of this meeting, and Deepak, the VP Education of Invictus Toastmasters Club, who has taken this Invictus Toastmasters Club to great heights over the last couple of years. I welcome you, and he would be playing the general evaluator today. Then we have Rohan, but I guess he dropped off, but I hope he will join back, and then we'll listen more of him. But for now, going back to the ripple effect, to cause and to create many more ripples through his theme, let us invite with a thundering round of applause our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Amit Singhal.
Thank you, Nimit, for good introduction. So, welcome you all for this Toastmaster meeting. So, have you ever throw a pebble in the calm pond? Have you? Anybody? Yeah,
Yes.
good. So, what this pebble do? This pebble, the small pebble, create ripples, small waves in the pond, and those small waves touch each and every surface of the pond, and it touch to the corner. So, my dear friend, this is called ripple effect. A ripple effect in general is any small act, event, or activity that create series of activity and finally the big change, that is all ripple effect. So, a ripple effect could be in different ways. It could be technological, it could be social, it could be even emotional, and ripple effect could be in negative way or positive way. It depends. A small activity or act can create anything, big blunder or big changes in the social life, in technological life, economic life, political life, everywhere. So, my dear friends, there are different type of ripple effects. So, I will go through one by one. But to start this meeting, move on. So, let me start this meeting. Let me call upon this general waiter of today, uh, Toastmaster Deepak Sharma. Let us welcome Toastmaster Deepak Sharma.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amit. Very good morning, everyone. It's nice to see so lovely people on a meeting on a Sunday morning for improving yourselves. That speaks volumes about your efforts, and I really respect people who work on themselves to make them better, and that is the sign of a ripple that you will be able to create among people around you. So as you progress, people will see that what is this person doing that I am not doing, and why I am progressing, why I'm not progressing as fast as this person. So they will know that because this person attends Toastmasters meeting even on weekends, that is the core reason of this person growing, and that has resulted in the cascading or the ripple effect of progress. So that's the power of Toastmasters and the power of positive intention to improve ourselves, right? So, um, for me, the today's theme is very relevant because it actually speaks the result of joining Toastmasters. So I will share a small quote, and then I will introduce uh, my tech team and my role further. So there is a writer called Agatha Christie. She is world's best-selling author. How many of you have heard about her? Agatha Christie? Yeah, yeah. Some of you have. So if not, then I would request you to Google after this. So she said this: we all think what we do during our working hours is more important than our leisure time. That's where we are all mistaken. I will let that sink in. Majority of the people, more than 98%, they think that whatever do we do during work time is more important than our leisure time. It's the other way around. Because whatever we do during our leisure time, it actually results in increase in productivity, better outcomes, and more stronger relationship in our work environment, right? And and I have seen this. I am a testimony of that. I have been a part of Toastmasters from past 9 years. Although I have not climbed the district level leadership, but I can see I have continuously attended Toastmasters meeting every weekend. I can say with true confidence that whatever I have done in leisure time has helped me in my professional life. So coming back to journal evaluator role, my general evaluator role is as a general evaluator, I would be looking at the entire meeting, how it went, and what are the things we did well and what can we improve. And to help me with that aspect, I have a team of auxiliary role players which I would like to introduce and call upon. So let's start with our first auxiliary role player, the grammarian, who is Toastmaster Prapurna. Over to you for your role introduction.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Deepak Sharma. Hello, everyone. I'm Prapurna. I'm from Gurgaon Orators Toastmasters Club. I'm playing the role of grammarian for today's meeting. As a grammarian, my responsibility is to pay close attention to all the speakers regarding their language usage and note down any noteworthy phrases or codes that they have used. And also, my responsibility is to introduce the word of the day and idiom of the day. I request all the speakers to use the word of the day and idiom of the day. The word of the day is cascade, meaning to pour or fall in stages, to pass on or spread gradually. Example, the new idea cascaded across teams, sparking innovation everywhere. Idiom of the day, make waves. It is very similar to the theme ripple effect, meaning to create a strong impact or bring about noticeable change. Example, her innovative ideas made waves across the organization. So I request all the speakers to use the word of the day and idiom of the day, and I'll be giving my report at the end of the meeting when called upon. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prapurna. I believe with this fantastic meeting which we are going to have conduct today, we will make waves across the social media. So let's uh, call upon the next role player, and I would request every person who uses either the word of the day or the idiom of the day, so give a thumbs up to encourage the speaker. Yeah, for people who are new, please give a thumbs up. So it's a practice we do within a general Toastmasters meeting to encourage. Okay, now coming to our next role player, which is the R counter. So for that we have Toastmaster Jaydeep. So Jaydeep, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak. My name is Jaydeep Khare, and today I will play a role as an R counter. As an R counter, I will be responsible to listen all the filler words carefully, such as such like, or any other filler words or short pauses. So I will monitor and prepare the report of all the filler words when you speak. And at the end of the session, when the general evaluator invite me, I will share my report with all of you. Thank you. Over to Toastmaster Deepak.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jaydeep. Now, I believe the timer is Zoom default. So can we explain how the time will work? Like,
I'll be playing the timer role. This is Ravinder.
okay, Ravinder. So over to you, Ravinder.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak. Hi, everyone. Good morning on this beautiful Sunday. I'll be playing the role of timer, and my job to ensure we all conclude this meeting within the specified time, which is around 90 minutes. And there are 3 important sections in this meeting, and we have a defined time for these 3 important sections. First one is prepared speeches. Time is 5 to 7 minutes. 5 minutes is a green signal where you hit the minimum threshold. 6 minutes is a yellow signal, and 7 minutes is a red signal. These are the 3 signals I will be flashing on the screen. You'll be getting 30-second grace period. In the end of this, I'll be showing you those tools. That's an indication of these 3 important milestones. Next section is table topic. Its time is 1 to 2 minutes. It's impromptu speech. 1 minute is the green, 1 minute 30-second is yellow, and 2 minutes is red for you. You again get 30-second grace period. And the last one is evaluation. Evaluation time is 2 to 3 minutes. 2 minutes is green, 2 minutes 30-second yellow, and 3 minutes red. Again, you get 30-second grace period. Let me now bring up the the colors which I'll be using. So you would see something like this on screen when you hit your minimum threshold. And when you are middle of your speech or table topic, you will get to see this yellow color. Red is an indication that you are hitting your max limit. So you should start concluding your speech. You may get 30-second grace period. Over to you, Toastmaster Deepak. Thank you very much. And in the end, when I'm called upon, I'll be providing my.
So, Ravinder, can we see the remaining flags as well, remaining color lights? You showed only green. Can you show the change of lights as well?
Okay, let me try sharing
Mm-hmm.
again. Some issue, but
Yeah.
hope you guys are able to see yellow.
Yes, yellow we can see. Yeah.
And then this is the red signal when you should start concluding.
Cool. Thank you, Toastmaster Ravinder. All right. So those are my team members, and for the evaluators, will come on later on. So I would recommend all the auxiliary role players and the evaluators to follow the commendation CRC approach. That's the framework we use to give a feedback that makes it positive, encouraging, and also something to improve on going forward. So I will now hand back over the stage to Toastmaster Amit to carry it forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak, for introduction of the team and the good views what you talk about. So further move on the ripple effect. So I talked about. So one of the major ripple effect we can see in economy. As you know, in economy there are several things that is started by the government and in different way. So one of the way I would like to talk about, if there is increase in crude oil price globally, how it will impact, how it will create a ripple effect. So let us see this. There is increase in crude oil price, and from crude oil we get petroleum products, petrol, diesel, some of the plastics, as well as some of many of the medicines that is prepared from the crude oil. So with the increase of crude oil price, there will be an increase in each and every object I talked about. And each and everything is carried out by either by truck, bus, or I mean to say other way of transportation by by aeroplane or by train, etc. So that will by increasing the price of petrol and diesel, that will increase the price of transportations of each and every object. So that will increase the inflation. And if there is an increase in inflation, our good RBI, Reserve Bank of India, will increase our rate of interest, and we are having increase in our EMI, increase in each and every product. So you can see there is small increase in crude oil price, and how it will create ripples across series of events, series of activity, and how it creates inflation, and again it will come in the result of increase in inflation and overall cost. So this is one type of ripple effect that is done. So I will carry on those things. And before going forward in ripple effect story, so let me start the first section of this, that is prepared speech. In prepared speech, there are two speeches in this Toastmaster meeting. So first speech will be from Toastmaster Kriti Gupta. So Kriti Gupta is professionally in advocate. She do practice in High Court and Supreme Court, and her main focus is on collaboration and discussion. And one of the good thing, small activity or act she does during COVID time is she got prepared or baked the cake herself with help of is her friend. So that create a big achievement she called, and that give her good confidence that So before a speech, I would like to call upon the evaluator of first speech. I would like to call upon distinguished Toastmaster Anant Katyani to talk about the prepared speech for Kriti Gupta. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. My speaker, Kriti, today is attempting her second project from Persuasive Influence Path in level 1. And this project is all about writing a speech with a purpose. The purpose of this speech or the project is to learn and review the basic methods for writing a speech and to present a well organized speech on any topic. Timer, please note, timing is 5 to 7 minutes. I will give primary feedback about the speech outline as well as the speech topic and the purpose. But in general, I will give additional feedback and the challenge for her next speech as well. Audience, please make sure you also are noting down the commendations and recommendations, and please share with Kriti at the nascent stage of her Toastmasters journey during the 1 minute of silence afterwards. All the very best, Kriti, and over to you, Amit.
So I would like to call upon Kriti Gupta. So Kriti Gupta, small conversation that shaped me, conversation that shaped
May I
me.
request? May I request to have audio video check first?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Hello,
Kriti,
Amit.
yeah. Thanks for acknowledging. So hand over to you, Kriti Gupta. Small conversation that shaped me. Small conversation that shaped me. Kriti Gupta. Over to you.
Thank you, Amit. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. How are you doing today? Has it ever happened to you that certain words or something someone said had left such a major impact on your life that they brought a major change in you? It can be anything, a conversation with your father, something your mother ever said, or a passing remark your friend ever made. For me, these conversations have been the guiding light of my life. They have shaped me to whom I have become today. If I talk about my childhood, my father, all, if I talk about my childhood, I was a very overweight person. You can see I am today as well, but then I was extraordinary overweight. There was this boy in my school who was very naughty. He made a poem about my overweight that actually crushed me. It was one of the breaking moments of my life, to be honest. But then I had just started going to a English tuition and I met one of my bestest friends there. She introduced me to Sydney Sheldon. Do you know Sydney Sheldon? Anyone? So, one of his best works is Master of the Game. It is story of Kate Blackwell, a lady who fought against all odds and did something unachievable. When that boy's poem crushed me, that book by Sidney Sheldon gave me hope that I can rise too. Well, moving on, let me tell you the words my father always said to me. He often told us stories about his struggle days, how I'm sure you must have heard similar words, but let me recount it for you. He always used to say that I used to travel 6 kilometers on my bicycle, then there was some walking part. Then I used to take a bus, and that is how I used to reach my workplace. He used to leave his home at 5 in the morning and reach by 12 in the night. It is for some people, this may be a story. For me, this is the truth. I have seen him doing this. He was never complaining, he was just retelling his part. His stories has always taught me resilience and grit. Now today, whenever I dream of having my own home, I always recall his stories and his words of grit. If I tell you about my mom, I clearly remember that one particular instance when my mother was extremely ill. Me and my sister were sitting beside her. She said, jokingly, of course, but then it was like herself. You girls should always be well dressed. If you are not well dressed, don't address to me. Don't tell anyone I am your mother. Well, it might seem odd, but that particular instant taught me dignity. Whenever I step out of my house, I always ensure that her words are there with me. I am looking my best. When I talk about my friends or whenever I meet my friends, those were the days post COVID, but somewhat lazy days. They used to tell me, Kriti, nowadays you don't have any job. Why don't you spend some time on your health, join a gym, find a dietitian, work on yourself? That was the first time I took a step towards self care. I finally joined a gym, and of course, the results I have shared with you a million times. During lockdown, my birthday was approaching. If you remember clearly, the lockdown started on 21st March and my birthday was on 28th April. Everything was shut down, be it restaurants, bakeries, everything. And if something was available, my parents were completely against it that you can't order anything. I was like, how can I celebrate my birthday without a cake? Cake is the most important thing on anyone's birthday after all. So again, my friend stepped in and pushed me. Try baking. What's wrong with it? It is the easiest thing after all. And me, who had never cooked even a single roti, baking seemed like a mountain task. But then I gave it a try. There I was, covered in sugar and flour, but finding one of the joyous moments of my life. From that day on, I have been baking ever since, and it has been the most fun part of my life. So, dear Toastmasters, whenever you talk to someone next time, understand that for you, those words may be simple, but they can be the most changing or the most impactful moment of their life. Thank you.
Thank you, Kriti, for a stunning speech that will really touch everybody, and we can relate ourselves with all those words you told. Thank you for the speech. Yeah. So, I'd say let we have 30 seconds of pause, and let each and every buddy can give personal one is to one comment to Kriti to further improve. Let we have 30 seconds of pause. Yeah. So further move on and ripple effect. So one of the most important that is social ripple effect. So one of the story I would like to say that is anecdote, not big story. So one of the thing which I observed and also applied in my life, in one early morning, my daughter's bus was left out, and the only option I need to drive and drop her to school. So I that was only just 10 to 15 minutes remaining to start me for the office. So that is the busy hours. So I started my car, and on the way there was one red light, and uh, only I in the last leg of seconds I just jumped the red light, and unfortunately I was caught by the police person, and that was very embarrassing for me. So I requested that guy and apologized for the same. I told the real thing, and that is the reason how I did. So to my surprise, that person just asked me, the policeman asked me, okay, just okay, go away, don't do that. That gave me a very different way. I was very grateful because one of the time saving at that moment. So it could be 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I could be late. So one of the thing. So that gratitude I carry over for the day. When I started the meeting, I take that gratitude, and in each and every meeting, I put up that gratitude, and I focus on the things, and put on smile on your face. That will really one of the activity and event whenever there are things are in hot waves, or I mean to say in very different way. The people are shouting, crying, and you can say because there are a number of milestone, you are in office, all these things. And that moment, if you put on smile, the environment start taking that ripple effect, pass on to one to another, and ultimately it will going to be calm and cool. Of course, the focus on the event and topic will be there, but it will be in little bit calm and cool way that could be handled in that way. So that is the carryover I take it, and again go back to home. So those things carry over. I play with my kids, all this, and my point is how the one short activity, the gratitude, or the point what I uh, confronted with policemen, how the positive vibes create those ripple effects and take my whole day very smoothly and very nicely. So that's how one small activity can create big changes this way. So let's move on. Let me move ahead toward second speech, prepared speech that will be from Amrita Prabhjot. So Amrita is by education bachelor's in commerce, and she's having 3.5 years of experience. Right now, she is process consultant with one of the organization Sagility. And one of the thing what Amrita found herself the big change in life when she joined her first job. She found it challenging, but again small act of knowing the things and practicing. So she carried all these things, and right now also she told joining Toastmaster is one of the act that will create further ripple effects over there. So before going forward, I would like to call upon the evaluator for the speech of Amrita Prabhjot, Prapurna. Let's welcome Prapurna.
Hello everyone, I am going to evaluate Toastmaster Amrita. My speaker Amrita is giving her icebreaker speech in the level from level 1 from the path name presentation mastery. So I'll be evaluating her on the speech purpose. The purpose of this project is for the member to introduce themselves to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. Apart from that, I'll be evaluating her on general parameters like vocal variety, body language, and all. So I wish all the very best to Toastmaster Amrita. All the best to you. Over to you, General Evaluator. Toastmaster of the day.
So
Amit, before you proceed, please inquire with Amrita how does she pronounce her name before introducing her. All right.
sure. So yeah, Amrita. I'm pronouncing your name as Amrita. Is it right way?
Yes, my name is Amrita, and my surname is Perbot. It's Perbot.
Okay. Thanks for that. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So over to you, Amrita. My journey through hobbies. Amrita. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Amit. And good morning, my fellow Toastmasters. Today, I am here to share about the journey of my hobbies, or the journey where I am through my hobbies. Growing up with my family in Meghalaya, I have learned a lot of things from them. And while I was growing up, my mom always told me about, traveling. But I was a person who used to stay at home. Before I begin all of this, I'd like to say that I have 3 questions for all of you today. The first question, or all the questions should be answered in yes or no.
Okay.
So the first question is, do you all have hobbies? I believe we all do have it. And out of all the hobbies that we have, is there one such hobby that is your favorite? Yes, we do. And lastly, do you remember when was the actual moment when you realized that this particular hobby is your favorite? I hope we all do as well. I am here today to share a short story about my life and a journey that created my favorite hobby. I grew up with my sisters as my parents were at work all the time, and I got very less time with my parents. However, my sisters never let it happen that way. They were really cherishing and caring about all of the things which I had. And one day, as I earlier said, I was a person who did not know the outside world. So one fine day, my mother told me that we are going for a picnic, a family outing. I never knew what a picnic was until I was 3. After hours of discussion, my mother decided that we were going to a very famous place in Shillong, that is the capital of Meghalaya, for those who don't know. But we went to the place called Shillong Peak, and after that, we planned on visiting the Elephant Falls. On the day while we were going, a night before, I couldn't sleep because of excitement. As a kid, I always dreamed of going out. And I recall that as my first picnic. And on the day while we were moving towards the peak, going up towards the hill, I saw the houses getting smaller and the landscape expanded, and I could see a beautiful and a mesmerizing scenery there. Only to realize that since that day, traveling became my favorite hobby. And growing up sooner in a multicultural family, I was often bullied by my neighbors for not speaking the local language. But I didn't lose heart or wasn't disheartened about it. Instead, I was smart enough to find out another way. Out of all the languages, I chose English as a weapon. I learned the correct pronunciations and the correct way to speak English, which made waves into what I am now. And while I was speaking in English with all of the members of my family, and I would go out and speak in English with my neighbors as well. They used to question me at first, why did I even speak in English? But later, when when I improved, they actually realized and they told their kids to learn English from me. So the kids who were calling me names came to me and learned English. So we all spoke in English and improved ourselves then. That way, I realized the power of clear communication. When I learned about English and communication, that is when I got my second favorite hobby. And today I am here at the Toastmaster for my upcoming favorite hobby. That is going to be public speaking, leadership skills, as well as people management. So let us all come together and help each other to fulfill our purpose for our presence here at Toastmasters International. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Over to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Amrita, for a very nice icebreaker speech. really we can relate with us, with our childhood as well. Yeah. So let us have 30-second pause to give 1:1 feedback to Amrita. Thank you. Let's move on. So, towards ripple effect. So, one of the major thing what we have today is technological ripple effect. See, almost 10 to 12 years back, the smartphone was there, and people are very used to use the smartphone. When a smartphone is there, then the resultant of that, there are number of apps. You can see the use of those apps. Uh, you can see Swiggy, Zomato. You can see your Google Map. You can see others as well. So we are technologically improving, reducing the time of delivery and even convenience as well during navigating to any other cities or within city other destinations. So although that is the positive ripple effect of smartphone, how the things are convenient to us, just clicking on smartphone, we get the things within 10 minutes, even lesser, or very convenient. Other way, that is also have some negative impact, that people are really used to of using the mobile phone, and they are not creative, more creative, even playing. We can see kids are more involved in games on mobile phone. They are not doing anything physical. That is all in ill effect. And also we are spending our good time just chit chatting and using different media. That is also one ill effect. So maybe let me focus on the good things over there. So that is how one small change, I mean to say, in technology from normal mobile phone, that is Nokia one, to the smartphone there, that make us convenient. Even we can see earlier those days we were using a reel in camera, and now it's very convenient to have take picture as well. So these are the all creating that ripple effect and towards convenience. So moving forward to next sections, that is table topics. So table topic, it is the event there, the in table topic, the person think on the feet and give the impromptu speech over there, and that is the creativity of thinking, and just explaining the things on feet. That is again creating ripple effect, how to think within the seconds and deliver speech. So further move on to table topic pick. So table topic master, Mr. Nimit Mittal. So Nimit Mittal is IT person, is having good experience, more than decade in IT profession. And we also heard from Anant about the journey of Nimit, about how he is impacting on Toastmaster, having different president and different roles, and creating further milestone. So further, I would like to call upon Nimit, and that will really give everybody chance to take to participate in this speech and speak on feet. Thank you. Over to you, Nimit.
Thank you so much, Amit, for that lovely theme today, the ripple effect. And boy, you are making waves already. I see that so many people are interacting and talking about this, and also using the word of the day. And I encourage you, everyone, those who come on stage to again and keep using the word of the day in the table topic section as well. As your table topics master, I will present everyone a topic to speak on. We have been listening to our prepared speakers, and oh boy, what speeches we had today. But now is your time to shine, to come on stage and speak on a topic. The topic would be very generic, simple enough to understand, short enough to comprehend and retain. At the same time, aligns with the theme today, the ripple effect. I request the grammarian to please share the word of the day and idiom of the day once again, so on the Zoom chat, so that they can quickly refer to it and plan to use that in their speeches. In the table topic section, you will be brought onto the stage when called upon, and then you will be given a topic. Will have your audio video check one more time, and then you will directly dive into the topic without any further time given to you for thinking. That's when Amit mentioned and meant thinking on feet and speaking on feet. All right, are we all ready? So for this section, we will get 1 to 2 minutes as soon as the topic is given to you, and with any verbal or non-verbal gesture, the timer will assume the start of your speech, and with that, you'll in 1 minute minimum time to qualify, and then 2 minutes would be the time when you should start wrapping up, beyond which you'll get another 30 seconds of grace, which would be on your own discretion itself. Are we all ready for this challenge? Are we all ready to make some waves? Yes? Right, great. Thank you for your enthusiasm. I'll also check quickly with Rupinder if he's available, so that I can call you as one of the speakers.
2 minutes. Just
Sure.
do one speaker. I'll be ready with the
fine.
next.
Right, great. Thank you. So let's start off with Anant. Yes, of course. To
Sure.
begin with, Anant.
Yep.
Thanks. That was your audio video check as well.
Yeah.
Okay, let's be ready. A good habit you have inherited from your father. A good habit you have inherited from your father, Anant.
Kind of a topic that stumps me completely. I am trying to do so many things that my father has done in past, and not just for the family, but also for the community, especially for the nomadic tribes. My NGO has been doing a lot of things for them in last 3-4 years, since its demise, and since my family and I have taken over the NGO. But there is one particular habit that I think I have learned, not something that my father used to do, but something that he used to do, and because of that there was a learning, and quite the contrary thing I have started doing. And that thing is, and I don't know if it's the right platform to share it or not, but keeping family and friends not being the decision maker in the NGO operations. If there is a certain outsider, then the clash of opinions or differences are healthy. When it is a family person, it's a close friend who becomes part of the decision making at a place like an NGO. Those differences kind of cascade into the personal relationships, and that is where my father unfortunately has had bad experiences. He kind of burnt bridges with a few people, not because he was wrong or they were wrong, but it was simply a difference of opinion. It is acceptable in a sense that it is very basic and primitive to human nature. And instead of finding faults with anyone, I kind of pick my own battles, which battles I have to fight and which battles I have to make peace with. There is an easy way out, that let's not have anyone who we have a circle of influence outside the professional life, kind of interfering, overlapping boundaries in other spheres. So let's keep things compartmentalized. And if there is a chance that a person may not be emotionally mature enough or professional enough to keep the differences of opinion in the background and keep the priorities intact on professional front, well, let's not merge them or mix them in both the places altogether. So that's something I have learned from my father's professional experience. Not something that he used to do, but something that I'm trying to do. Over to you, Nimit.
Thank you so much, Anant, for that very matured and very deep take on a topic which is very personal and emotional for you. But then thank you, and also helping us realize and understand that why we must inherit good habits from our parents, and this obviously something good about them, and we all know deep down, and we are also growing, and let us take their best and carry on the legacy. Thank you so much for Anant. Now we move on to the next. Now that we know the drill, who would like to come next? Can we have you, Rupinder? Are you ready? Perhaps one more. I'll go
Yes,
to.
I'm ready.
Okay. Okay, Rupinder. Can we have you on spotlight? Yes. Thank you. Toastmaster Rupinder, to every action, there's equal and opposite reaction. To every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, Rupinder.
In my opinion, if you were to believe physics, that would be very true. To every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. When it comes to human nature, this theory doesn't hold true. Fellow Toastmasters, Mr. Table Topics Master, and my very distinguished guests, let me tell you how Newton's third law plays out in the context of human emotions. To start with, there is no such thing as an equal and opposite reaction. What you give comes back to you manifold. And the idea, the aim, is to choose to give the right thing. How many of you have received or given sarcastic remarks? And at that point, that person might have been quiet, but at some point, that person will come back with an even more sarcastic remark. How many times have you been angry at people only for them to get more angry at you? How many times have you been sad or upset when you're out with people only for them to make you even more sad? So clearly, Newton did not have human emotions in mind when he was writing his laws of motion. Newton's third law of motion is not necessarily his law of emotion, I would say. But let's look at it from the other side. How many times have you tried appreciating someone and seen appreciation come back to you? Not many times. Not many times does that appreciation come back to you. But it does make you feel good. And here's my challenge to each one of you. If you can appreciate someone with the same energy as you criticize them, you'll find that life becomes better. And somewhere, Newton's law of emotion, or our law of emotion, takes precedence over equal and opposite reaction. Back to you, Mr. Topics Master.
Wow, lovely take on Newton's law of motion for in human relationships. That's a lovely take, and I know Newton in heaven would be so proud of you. Indeed, not an equal and opposite reaction, but a reaction for sure, an acknowledgement for sure, and it does cause ripples, does make waves, does cascade onto the others who are experiencing it. Thank you so much, Rupinder. Yeah. Okay, let us go on to the next topic and next speaker. Can we have you, Prapurna?
Yeah.
Toastmaster Prapurna. Be the change you want to see. Be the change you want to see, Prapurna.
Every time when you think of a change, you always expect someone else to do. Remember the road you're crossing, there will be potholes. You explain, you tell the government should do. Remember there is an unclean corner at your room. You complain, someone else should have done that. Every time you complain about someone and someone and someone. With this, your life is full of complaints. But think about you being the change. If you become, then you might be doing a very small peck of thing, but that can make waves in future, because that small thing that you do now will improvise the generations that are coming further. Let me give an example. Have you seen the beautiful ancient temples of India? Do you know who is the owner of it, or what is the workmanship that has taken for how many years of workmanship does it require? You don't know, right? But they're still standing. Does they all wanted to become the ownership? Does they all wanted to take the ownership of that? No, but they wanted to become the change to create that structure, and they wanted to pass on that heritage to coming generations. That's why we are still celebrating all these things, all these festivals, or these monuments that we are celebrating. So be that change, create a legacy for the coming generations. At this point of time, you might not realize, but surely your ideas will cascade into the future, and it will create the ripple effect in the future generations. Thank you. Over to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Prapurna. Yes, indeed. If we are the change, if we make that change, if we own it, definitely the world would follow. Thank you. Let us have Jaideep for the next topic.
Yes, sure.
Jaideep Khare. Small habits, big results. Small habits, big results. Jaideep Khare.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nimit. And definitely small habits always give the big results, because the habits which we continues follow in our life day by days, it will makes our life better. I can give my example that how I started small habits in 2009. Then that I realized that when I was playing, I was just roaming and here and there with my friends. I realized why I should not start some new habit, and then I started to do the running in the morning. And that running habit, it was a small one. It was like a fun with the friends, go out and do the running. But slowly I realized this habit really has given me the many benefits. And day by day running has given me strength, has given me the more fitness, as well as when I reached to in year 2016, I found an idea why I should not try for the marathon. So that small habit has given me that courage that I should also participate in a marathon. And I did one marathon which is known as the Airtel Marathon in Delhi. And this habit really given me the huge difference in my life. And after the marathon, I also got some new connection, as well as some new hope that if I can do marathon, then I can do anything in the world. So those small habits which I got from some of the friends, it has given me huge impact in my life in terms of many ways. So I would say, yeah, the small habit is a very powerful things. But if we follow daily, then only it's considered a habit, and definitely it gives a huge result. Even we don't expect those results, we achieve it. That's it from my side. Over to Toastmaster Nimit.
Absolutely, Jaideep. You touched upon a very beautiful, very simple yet very beautiful point about building that habit and doing it daily. In fact, habit is something which you develop over a course of time. And when you do that and you consistently do that, then only you get the results which you want. So, everyone, think of your hobby or think of a good habit you want to pick up. Let us continue till the year end, and would like to know how are you feeling about it, and who knows, that helps you make a new year resolution for 2026. Just think about it. Thank you, Jaideep. Next, let us have Ravinder. And Deepak, I request you to please time Ravinder. Okay?
Yep. Yeah.
Thank you. Oh boy, this topic is just for you, Ravinder. Want to inspire others? Just smile. Want to inspire others? Just smile. Ravinder Kumar.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nimit. Want to inspire others? Just smile. Guys, life is a rush every day. We get up in morning and there is a rush that we have to make it to our office. Kids have to make it to their school, and housewife have to cook food everyone, so they can initiate their day. And then as we move forward, we are in office, there are meetings, there are lots of work, escalations, right? So everyone is fighting with some challenge every moment. How do we respond to this? Smile. That makes so much of difference. You smile and you wake up your kid, hey, it's time for your school, right? Do you want to miss your school? Your friends are waiting. I'm sure they will take it positively. They will get up in time, right? And see the difference. You go and just ask your wife, hey, what are you cooking today? She's not going to change whatever she has planned. She may have planned something, right? But this makes her feel happy that you care about what she's cooking. You are involved, right? That will make some difference in her life. That you involve, you participate. You start your meeting at office and you just simply ask, hey, how was your weekend? How was your Sunday? What did you do? I went for a ride. How about you? I visited this place. How about you? Simple smile, simple gesture makes a difference in that entire meeting. The cascading effect or the ripple effect, right? So my suggestion, guys, always smile, be happy, be smile. It's a simple habit. It makes a lot of difference. I do that and it helps me a lot. It will change your nature. It will change the outlook, the way people look at you. Thank you very much. Over to you, Toastmaster Nimit.
Thank you, Ravinder. We see you most often than not, you are always smiling. And that is contagious actually. You know, just brings the positivity all around. It just relaxes the environment all around and just makes things so easy for you and for everyone. And in fact, when we do that, it just warms up any tension, any chilling tension between the two people. So indeed, thank you for that emphasis on smile. Let us do that. And can we put a smile on that note? And I request a picture. Let us have a very smiling picture. This will go on our social media, so let us be at our best.
I captured one.
Thank you. And do we have time for one last one? Can we squeeze one more?
Nope.
I think we should conclude. We have to evaluation.
Yes.
Sure. Thank you so much for participating, and I hope we all enjoyed speaking and listening to the speakers. It's time to vote for the best table topic speaker among Anant, Rupinder, Prapurna, Jaideep, and Ravinder. Do vote, and thank you. Let us go back to our Toastmaster of the day for his further thoughts on this phenomena called the ripple effect.
Thank you, Nimit, for such a warm session. Everybody take some input from that. So thank you for that. So further move on towards ripple effect. So ripple effect I talk about that is an other way in technological, in economical. Now we talk about environmental. You see, in environment, if we everybody take a pledge to plant a tree, and how the tree convert into small forest, and that will be really giving us the in cities specifically the oxygen and the clean air what we have during Diwali. This AQI who are 300 plus right away also. So that will really give us the breathing space further. So my point is, let we recall just 15 to 20 years back who live within NCR. There was the greenery, the forest sort of. So in the name of development, we are having this tree cut. Maybe it's metro, it's skyscraper, buildings, etc. So my point is, you see how the negative impact of cutting trees increasing the temperature every year. Now we are at 49, 50 degree. If such phenomena will be going on, we will touch upon that very warm, that is 60 degree, that is unbearable in next 10 to 15 years. So we should take learning from here. So to make it in positive way, we should plant tree. We should take care of environment in other way. We can see the ill effects that will be further very severe in future if as a human being will not think about it to plant a tree across in our surroundings and some of the area. So we should be the part of this. So that will really create the ripple effect and will again come back to the new normal of the environment, the decreasing temperature, balancing of weather, etc. So moving further, so this is the time of uh, the session, the evaluation session. That is the most important session, that where the evaluator give feedback to the person who give the speech, prepared speech, and other session also that will give the ripple effect to the person to make further improvement in their speech and make a good speaker. So moving further, that I would like to call upon General Evaluator Deepak Sharma to take on evaluation.
Deepak seems to be unavailable for one quick moment. So I will be starting off as the first evaluator while Deepak joins back in. Is that all right? Presiding officer?
Yeah.
Sure. Timer, please let me know if you are ready. 2 to 3 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, 2.5 and 3 minutes is the time. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, today our first speaker, Kriti Gupta, shared a cocktail of stories. It was a mixed bag of primarily 3 different tales or experiences or anecdotes, and all of them tied together with one singular purpose. And that purpose was about engaging into conversations. That's it. A conversation is the most magical tool. She proved that with her own example. What further aided in achieving this persuasive purpose was the kind of conversational tone that she had. Also, I have to compliment her writing skills, the way she sprinkled humor across the board in form of the dialogues that the characters spoke, especially the mother's dialogue. I could see around 4 or 5 people literally bursting out water out of their mouth. So it was kind of an ROFL moment because you did not paraphrase your mother, you rather let her tell her own dialogue. Just a second. Sure. Your story can be further accentuated by one small area of improvement. And what is that? I will tell you 3 different ways in which this one single advice can help your storytelling much, much better. And that single advice is your pace, your rate of speech. Why do I say so? While you had 3 different stories giving layer after layer structure to this entire story, it was kind of one single paragraph apparently to a listener's mind. Why so? Because there was not a verbal or visual kind of transitions. It was, of course, 3 different paragraphs maybe in your written text, but the visual and vocal shift also has to be there. So kind of use a pace in between. Shift your tone. Take a pause, just like I did right now. That signals to the listener or the audience that now we are entering into from one story to the second story. Secondly, when you vary your pace, slow it down sometimes at a critical juncture. When there is a special dialogue or a punch is about to be delivered, slow it down. When it's a run of the mill kind of narration setting or context setting, pass it on with a very fast pace, which is your natural pace. That's all right. So when you shift your pace, vary your tone, that marks a signal that yes, now there is a special or an inflection point is about to appear. So let us be mindful of that. Lastly, while your entire story went ahead in a very breezy manner, your conclusion almost came like emergency brakes. You kind of, ran out of steam. Why does it appear so? Because, of course, it's your second speech, you're nervous, and that is why you were mindful of not getting time disqualified. But as far as I could see, you had time. So how about you could have slowed it down? I'm a person on the opposite side of the spectrum. I kind of drag it down and I get time disqualified. Rupinder kills me for that every time. But you had time. So how about you slow it down, soft landing instead of very harsh or abrupt ending? All in all, your writing, your persuasive message really, really was well received. Slow down your pace or vary your pace as per the needs of the listener as well as the story narrative. And you are destined for greater stories. All the very best. Looking forward to hear your next story. Over to you, General Evaluator Deepak.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anant, for the wonderful evaluation. And that's a great example on how we can give CRC approach. So coming up to the next evaluator for our speaker 2 is Toastmaster Prapurna. Yeah. So Prapurna, the stage is yours.
Toastmaster Amrita, what a beautiful speech. I couldn't believe it is a icebreaker speech because you have used the rhetorical devices like hypophora, meiosis, and a good structured English and a structured speech with a proper opening body conclusion and a visual imagery when you told houses getting smaller, landscape beautiful, mesmerizing, all these things made me feel that even though I'm not part of Meghalaya, as if Meghalaya elephant falls are in front of me. So very beautifully structured and delivered speech. And you have used callback technique when you are saying in the starting you have told you are not a person who go and explore outside world, and in the middle of the body you have used the callback technique. It will help the audience that what Amrita is. And you also proved yourself as a lady who was once bullied by family but has chosen to learn English, and you have made the assertion properly. So kudos to you for such a well delivered speech narrative. To improve your speech better, I have a few recommendations, only two recommendations. First one is transition. When you're telling like your mother has asked you to travel and all, and you suddenly brought in the hobbies, the questions you have asked, do you all have hobbies? And I believe you do. So, what is the connection between the both? You could have used some connection, that transition would have been much better. As this is your first speech, you could improvise these transitions in the further speeches. Second one is pacing. Throughout the speech you maintain the same pace, which is quite below normal. It is very slow. How about you ask the questions, do you all have hobbies, in a fast pace, and slow it down your pace, and I believe you do, and a pause so the audience can digest what you are saying. So vary your pace when you're where you need to speed it up, where you need to slow it down while asking questions, or when you're uh, telling storytelling format. While you have delivered a good speech by improvising this transition and the pacing would will take your speech much speech level much better in further days to come, and you will make waves in Toastmasters. All the best to you for further speeches. I thoroughly enjoyed your speech. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prapurna. Well done. Uh, can we launch the poll for best evaluator? Yes, thank you. Right, now moving on to our next phase, which is the auxiliary role player report. I will like to call upon stage Toastmaster Prapurna again for the grammarian.
Just a second, let me share my screen.
Yeah.
Are you able to see this?
Yes, yes, your screen is shared, but we can see only the Zoom screen.
Okay, okay. Now I hope you are able to see this.
Yes, yes, the report
Okay.
is visible. Yes.
What a beautiful meeting today. We have used the rhetorical devices, the rule of three, and a good quotes and phrases, good choice of vocabulary, and people have used the word of the day. Let me start with the people who have used the word of the day. Toastmaster Deepak, the general evaluator, has used the idiom of the day, and Toastmaster Amrita has used idiom of the day in her speech, and Toastmaster Nimit as table topics master has used idiom of the day, and Toastmaster Anand has used word of the day, and Prapurna, it's me, has used word of the day and idiom of the day, and Toastmaster Ravinder has used the word of the day. And the idioms, the set of idioms we have used in our today's meeting in the last leg, and your time to shine, burnt bridges, speak on your feet, and the rhetorical devices we have used in today's meeting are metaphors. The good use of metaphors by Toastmaster Kriti in her speech. Conversation has become the guiding light of my life. Boy's poem crushed me. Words taught me dignity. Baking seemed like a mountain task. It's all metaphor and hyperbole. I have shared it with you a million times. And Toastmaster Amrita have hyperphora many times when she asks the question, followed by answer immediately. And meiosis, house is getting smaller. And distinguished Toastmaster Anant has used anaphora, and distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder also has used anaphora when he asked how many times. And so these are the good use of rule of threes and metaphors in today's meeting. And where are the areas of improvement that we can say? So while I have already told the Toastmaster of the day has used the last leg as an idiom, but the last leg of seconds is not a better usage. Instead, if you have to use as by using the seconds in the final seconds or in the 11th hour will be a correct usage. And also practicing is an incorrect usage. Either practicing will be a good usage, correct English word, with practicing CING for American English, SANG for Britain English, but it doesn't change anything when you speak. And another area of improvement, breaking moments of life is incorrect. Either heartbreaking moments or painful moments will be a correct usage. We all spoke in English. We spoke English will be a correct usage. So this is my report for today's meeting. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prapurna. Well done. Now moving on to our next auxiliary role player, we have our counter, Toastmaster Jaydeep.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak. And what a great session today. As a R counter, my task was not easy to find the errors while you are speaking. And especially, I would like to congratulate to everyone that we have not taken any long pauses today. So kudos to everyone. So now let me share my screen so I can share the detailed report. So as you can see my screen, as a TMD, Toastmaster Amit, because as a TMD, it need to take the more time. So was there 10 times, but 1 time and 4 times. So 7 times. 1 time. Other words as a okay I have seen, and the repetitive word was commerce. Kriti as a speaker are 2 times. So 2 times, and there is no other long or short pauses. Raminder as timer, I couldn't find any counter perspective, any points. Toastmaster Amrita as a speaker, I found 1 and 1 time, and I mean also she has used. Toastmaster Prapurna as a speech evaluator, I found 3 times, 1 times, and no other repetitive words. Toastmaster Nimit as a 12 topic master, I couldn't find any repetitive words or any counter. Toastmaster Anand as a tabletop speaker, I found 1 times and apart from it, I couldn't find any other counter. Rupinda as a tabletop speaker, I couldn't find any counter here also. Prapurna as a tabletop speaker, I found 2 times and no other counter. Raminder as a tabletop speaker, I couldn't find any other counter. Anand as a speech evaluator, again, I couldn't find here also any counter. Prapurna as a grammarian, I found 2 times, 1 time, and so 1 time. That's it from my side, and I would like to hand over stage back to Toastmaster Deepak.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jaydeep. Well done. Now coming on to our final role player, that we have the timer. So we have Toastmaster Ravinder. Ravinder, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak. So, and as we look at the timing, I think we have done really well today. We had 2 speakers. We have managed it in 90 minutes, which we planned originally. Individual sections, prepared speeches, Kriti Gupta, you took 4 minutes 41 seconds. Sorry to say, but I think you were short by 20 seconds. You missed your time, so you will be disqualified. Second speaker, Amrita Prabodh, you took 6 minutes 21 seconds, very much in the time limit. Coming to the second section, table topics, Anant Katyani, you took exactly 2 minutes 30 seconds. Well planned. Rupinder Singh, you took again 2 minutes 30 seconds. It shows your experience, very much within the time limit. Parpurna, you took 2 minutes 10 seconds. Jaideep, you took 1 minute 50 seconds. And myself, I took 2 minutes 23 seconds. All are within time limit. Last section, evaluation. Anand Katyani, you took exactly 4 minutes. That's 30 seconds above the threshold limit. You are over, but all those valuable insights, I think they deserve all this time which you have spent. Parpurna, you took exactly 3 minutes, very much in the time limit. So that's from my side. Over to you, Toastmaster Deepak.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ravinder. Well done. I believe we don't have any other role players, so that leaves me to give the report. I can see we are at 12:31. How much time we can afford for? Can I check?
We can take.
Okay, so can I get a timing report at the end of like a green card or a red card, whichever is your favorite, Ravinder, at 3 minutes? Okay, I will be as concise as possible. So starting with the meeting timing, I really love that we started at 10:45. So the meeting originally was scheduled for 11 a.m., but the meeting communication time was given at 10:45. That's a great practice to make sure everyone turns up ahead of the meeting and the meeting kicks off on time. So well done to the meeting organizer, especially Toastmaster Anant and Toastmaster Nimit. Coming to the meeting order, when we started, the mission statement was called out by Toastmaster Anant, and the guideline was clearly given. And I really loved because it's a virtual meeting, the use of emoticon, which was called out by Toastmaster Anant, which was new to me, and it's a good practice to always have something which complements and uh, the the platform we are. Given this is an online meeting, emoticon is a good way to express our support and encourage to the speakers. Now, another good thing about the meeting is I love that it is streaming live on YouTube. It actually is a great way to make waves and create ripple effect about the meeting. And I can see we have young Toastmaster, upcoming Toastmaster joining us from Toastmaster Anant. That's really lovely to see.
Hello,
and-
Karun.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Cool. So coming to the next role player, which is presiding officer. Really loved the inspiring speech and by Toastmaster Nimit, who is the presiding officer. He shared his personal experience. Great way to connect. It bonds. The personal story is a great way to to build a repute with your audience and build conviction in your speech. So well done, Toastmaster Nimit, on that, sharing your personal story. The word of the day was well chosen. It was ripple. It was in line with the theme of the day. So kudos to Toastmaster Prapurna, who is the grammarian. Now coming to the Toastmaster of the day, I really loved that Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Amit, had uh, personal stories and examples from both professional world and personal life to give while talking about the uh, speech about the theme. So only one thing improvement is if we can have a clear mention about the structure of the speech of the entire meeting, because as the Toastmaster of the day, we need to elaborate for people who are new to the meeting. Although I cannot see any guests who are non-Toastmasters, but it's good practice to always say this is what we are going to cover. That's let's like stating as the host. It's a good practice. So other than that, I really loved the way you transition from one speech to another. One thing I wanted to call out, this is a common feedback to all the people who are there. Use of you is, I think an alternative could be uh, the name of the speaker, because if we are using a first person pronoun, we are actually ignoring the rest of the people, right? If like this is for everyone, all of you, all of the speakers, if they are giving evaluators, it's good practice is to avoid uses of you, because it removes everyone else. uh, Instead use the speaker name or call the speaker. Okay, I can see we have yellow light here. I will jump on quickly to our toast table topic master. I really loved, I have 9 positive points mentioned here. I will quickly mention that the table topics were conducted very well, so kudos to him. And no like, okay, slight commendation is why is it was missing, I thought, in the table topics. What is the importance of table topics? Might have missed that, but overall great table topic session. Now coming to the evaluators, perfectly well done CRC approach by used by both of the evaluators, Anant and Prapurna. Only you could have been avoided. Okay, again both of you. Okay. Now coming to the role account, the role players, auxiliary role players, grammarian, great. I could see the visual aid of the report could have been, the font could have be on bigger end, because I could not, I have 4 eyes. I was struggling to see. So for people like me, includes everyone, have a font bigger size. Okay, so coming to the R counter, I really loved the detail R counts, but there were many mentions of no usage. So it's a good practice to classify the entire report into structured way, like what were the people who had committed lot of accounts and people with no accounts or very limited accounts. That's a great way to present report. Overall, a great way to communicate with visual representation. Well done to our accounter, Toastmaster Jaydeep. Finally, Ravinder, I think you was repeated multiple times throughout the report. Avoid that. I really loved that the speaker were timed. That was done well. You could have been avoided. Now I conclude that, and I can see I have lot of time. One more recommendation is always have agenda with detailed timing report, so that this doesn't happen. Okay, back to the Toastmaster, presiding officer or Toastmaster of the day.
Yeah, thank you, Deepak, for the detailed evaluation, and thank you the team and the feedback. That was the great. So, in the end, I would like to say to everybody, take small action, like small gesture of gratitude, smile, and maybe towards environment. We can take pledge every birthday. On every birthday, we can plant a tree to make our environment like for next generation. So that will really create the ripple effect for us and for the next generation. So I will keep this thoughts to you to create ripple effects in your life in positive manner. Thank you. Over to Presiding Officer Nemeth.
Thank you so much, Amit, for causing so many ripples in everyone's mind and in everyone's life going forward. Let us first vote for the best role player among Amit, Nemeth, and Deepak, the Toastmaster of the Day, Table Topics Master, and the General Evaluator, respectively. While you do that, let me share that I had one more topic up my sleeve as a Table Topics Master, although I could not present it. And that was leadership by influence and not by authority. Why I'm emphasizing on this topic is it was pretty much in line with what Amit was just concluding with. And when we influence people by making good changes in ourselves and around us, we are not just leading them with authority, we are leading them with influence, creating some positive influence. And kudos to every one of you today who has positively influenced all others by virtue of your own speaking, your performance, your evaluation today. Thank you so much for bringing out so much value to this meeting and from this meeting. I acknowledge uh, the support from Toastmaster Prapurna and Toastmaster Deepak today, who have helped us with their respective capacities in grammarian evaluator and general evaluator. I also thank distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder Singh for sitting out first in bus and then in office so late in his hours to attend the meeting in full. And of course, all the other role players as well, who have contributed so immensely, not only by taking roles, but also being so interactive, so participative, and keeping their videos on for most of the times. So while we can calculate and consolidate the results, I request for a small feedback from Prapurna. Now that we have detailed feedback from Deepak, I'll have a small feedback from Prapurna as well. What was different in our meeting? What did you like, and what are you taking away? And what are you giving to us as a suggestion also?
Nimit, please also check the message in Zoom. I have
I'll
sent
do
you
that.
the results.
I'll do that,
Just
yeah.
one more item.
Sure.
Go ahead, Prapurna.
Thank you, Nimit. It's a very nice meeting. As soon as I told I'll take 2 roles, so it was accepted immediately by distinguished Toastmaster Anant. Thank you for that. And it's a great meeting. I have a great as a grammarian. I see it's a fun feast for me. Like people have used very nice vocabulary, good usage of English and all. So it defines the meeting quality. Although the number of people are less here, the quality was not compromised here. So even the icebreaker speech and it's a writing a speech with purpose. In the initial stages only, the way they delivered the speech is very nice. It tells the mentorship that you have in your club. So it's a very nice meeting, and thank you for making me part of it.
Thank you, Prapurna, for your kind words. And why not? We have to live up to our name, isn't it? Gurugram Professional Toastmasters. So we try to do that. But then thank you all the speakers and contributors as well. A special mention to our speakers, of course, who obviously made right steps forward in their speaking journey. And special thanks to Amrita, who just took her first step by delivering a very good icebreaker. We have a culture in Toastmasters that we acknowledge any icebreaker with a standing ovation, and you thoroughly deserve it, Amrita. So I don't know if it is comfortable for everyone to stand. Those who can, please do. But those who cannot, I request you to please unmute and clap wholeheartedly for Toastmaster Amrita. You deserve every single bit of Amrita. Thank you and congratulations and all the best. We today got to know more about you and your ambition to be a public speaker. So we would have a contest season coming up, but then for that you have to qualify and you have to complete your level 2 as a VP Education, and your mentor Anant both would be supporting you in completing your other projects and levels so that you qualify for that, and then you take our name forward in the contest season also. Right then. So we also have the results. You saw so many polls popping up on screen for the best role players. So first, the best auxiliary role player among the Sergeant at Arms, Grammarian, Accountant, Timer. Our guest Prapurna wins the bragging rights by winning the best auxiliary role player as the best grammarian or grammarian. Yeah. So congratulations and well deserved. The best table topic speaker, there were quite a few. There were 5 or 6 speakers. And the best table topic speaker goes to distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder Singh. Thank you for prizing us with the Newton's third law of human relationships. The best evaluator between Prapurna and Anant goes to again Prapurna. Wow, lovely. Yes, you were on point, CRC approach and everything. You didn't put a foot wrong. The best prepared speaker is our icebreaker speaker today. Again, Toastmaster Amrita, congratulations. It was well written, straight from the heart, and I hope you win many, many more prepared speaker awards in future. And the best role player among the Toastmasters today, the general evaluator and the table topics master. I don't know how, but goes to me as the table topics master. But I voted for the general evaluator. He was too good today. So can we thank and congratulate Deepak for sharing so witty and mature insights about the meeting. Thank you, Deepak, for educating us with your insights. With that, we can call it a close. Before that, would like to wish you all Toastmasters 101st anniversary. This month we have turned 101. So we obviously have 101 reasons to join Toastmasters. The Toastmaster itself has turned 101. And another announcement would be that we have a special training workshop coming up on Thursday as part of the District 41 PQD initiative, the details of which would be shared on the WhatsApp group. But also we have another exciting training session coming on storytelling, the story curve, and that would be on November 1st by none other than a man on your screen, distinguished Toastmaster Anant Katyayani, who is a master storyteller who does this wholeheartedly and so professionally. I've listened to his stories and also story workshop, how he does build story and how he creates so much of ripple effect, cascading impact, making waves. Let me use all of them together. And you will going to witness that on November 1st, coming Saturday evening. Take out an hour of your time and just savor that training from distinguished Toastmaster Anant Katyayani. I'll leave that thought in your mind, that plan in your mind, and thank you. We can officially close unless anyone wants to speak.
The preparation for the next meeting begins now after the meeting today. Please book your roles and slots and speech slots in the meeting prep group straight away.
Yes, we are targeting again 2 speakers. It was so heartening as a VP Education to see 2 speakers today, and we would definitely want 2 speakers for the next meeting also.
Then enjoy your Sunday.
Thank you. We'll close the recording, Anant.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone.